Had a good time last time with the couples as they're able to join us and
Hey everybody, right here, Rick.
had a great time. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the club. IG got the early access, so y'all coming
Welcome
in
to Life with the Sloans.
30 seconds a little bit late.
No, they're not.
You know?
We're the ones that control that.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway.
You
Go
wanna
ahead.
try
We're
in
talking
30
about our
seconds late?
upcoming event that's coming up called Couples Therapy.
Yep.
It takes place on February 27th at 9 p.m. So go ahead, tell them what it's about.
So, couples therapy is designed to be a platform for couples that have been either recently married or have been married for a long time, just to kind of get together, talk about some of the things on their hearts and minds, and look at different ways to employ strategy that will help grow the relationship together.
Definitely. And if you are tuning in on Instagram or YouTube, you can pretty much go to this page that I'm going to post up here on Instagram. And you can go to the link in the bio.
Link in the bio.
And it says couples therapy, basically. And you can find out where that event is taking place. At Shoney Talks Lifestyle channel is actually featuring that from our spin-off show, Life with the Sloans. And you can check out some of the reels that we have on Instagram and check that out. So, yeah.
So what's the topic for today? What are we talking about?
You know what we're talking about.
What we talking about?
We're talking about passion and
igniting the relationship.
Yes, and igniting the relationship.
Keep that fire burn.
This was his particular topic, sir. Can you put your face?
Fire.
Make sure your face is in both cameras.
My bad.
Thank you.
Had to put that fire.
All right. Hi, breezing through.
What's going on?
And hi, those who are watching the replay on YouTube. All right, so go ahead, sir.
So the topic is igniting the passion, keeping that fire. We've been married for a little while now. So
over 14 years.
I mean, I wasn't going to go.
I said over 14 years and then give the number. I said over 14.
I mean, just putting business out in the street.
Just enough.
You know what I mean? It's all right
enough.
For a while. We've been married for a while.
Yeah.
And so one of the things that we kind of talked about before was, when we got into this, there was other couples that had gotten married, and for one reason or another, they're not still together. And one of the things that we were looking at is ways to be able to make sure that we continue to have that passion ignited with each other, not just on the on one aspect of the relationship in the bedroom, but also in other areas.
Which is important.
Too. That's important too. So what's one of the tips that you think that we've done or embraced that have helped our relationship outside of the room?
To keep your passion and your fire ignited, I'll definitely say dressing up for each other. Yeah.
You want to be specific?
Well, yeah. I mean, men are usually visual, but I'm pretty visual myself as a female. There are some females out there like me, I'm sure, who are visual, and so having something nice to look at does help to ignite the passion.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Scent as well. Gotta smell clean.
Can
be out there.
A good smelling scent, yes, that helps too.
Can't be out there.
How
Smell
about
you
you
before you see. For me, what do I feel about what?
Your tip. What is yours?
My tip? I have no tips. I have no tips. Now, making sure that you always have some time set aside for each other. Whether that's at the end of the night in communication, talking with each other, or watching a movie or a show, but make sure every day, because if not, you can get bogged down by I won't say Monday because that sounds bad. You can get bogged down by the flow of life and end up just being ships passing in the night, too tired because you've exerted all your energy, for your job or your children and or all the other things that you did outside of, build a relationship.
Right. Or having something spicy during the day, just some random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some random.
Listen, with everybody being home, it's a lot of babies.
It's all right. It's closets. It's all different kind of places that you can go. Yeah. Busting that up on a Zoom meeting? Not just fine.
Please don't do that.
I'm always playing with him.
Don't get somebody fired.
I'm always playing with him on his Zoom meeting because he's disrespectful in my meetings.
Facts. I do be disrespectful.
Yes, so I'm always being disrespectful in his Zoom meetings, and he's trying to hide it, all this stuff, and just playing with him. Just little stuff throughout the day, so it kind of builds up throughout the day. So when you do get a chance to come together, whatever time of day that is, that it's exciting.
Yeah.
If you're playing with one another.
Well, And at the end of the day, it shows priority for each other. The more you focus on your significant other, the less time you have to focus on other people.
Yeah, that's true.
And from some of the stories we've heard from people that aren't together and for one reason or another stepped out, it's just, it's the smallest things. The most minute thing that you can think about, and people for one reason or another decided that it was better that they not be a part of each other's life anymore. And in some cases, some people have children, other cases, some people don't, but it's real, Marriage is designed to be.
You're good.
There you go. Marriage is designed to be
Please,
a job that you have to work at. It's designed to build up continuously. You shouldn't be bored with your spouse.
Look here, sir. Yes.
And I'm bored with you.
Okay. No, we don't want to be boring. You want to keep each other laughing. Definitely. That's another way to ignite passion in your relationship. Because after all, you want to be with somebody who you can have fun with.
In every area. Financial fun, obviously sexual fun as well. But there's also the spiritual side of it. Being able to, come together in the spiritual side and have the conversations that a lot of times you might have missed.
I'm listening to you, sir.
You might have missed otherwise. So the challenge is, where do you want to keep the line at? Do you want to always have it at, point A, or do you want to move it up to point B, point C, point D, as you grow in a relationship? Because, I think the first maybe 4 years, we were kind of somewhat similar to our early part of marriage. And then
what do you mean?
As far as the obstacles and stuff that we faced, it wasn't a lot of lows in the first 4 or 5 years. We didn't have a lot of challenges there. It was mainly,
where were you?
It was mainly the communication aspect of it.
Were you asleep?
Externally,
not that.
We since then we've dealt with way more stuff than
we had a lot of stuff early on that we dealt with.
Most of that was financial stuff though. Financial.
But finances is one of the number one reasons people break up or lose their passion. Without without finance, romance is
I can still
hit nuisance.
I can hit it on the empty wallet. I have no problem with that. Fellas, I'm pretty sure you can agree.
I'm sure all y'all fellas can probably hit on the empty wallet, but these women ain't having it.
You will go in regardless.
These women's not
having
it.
Oh man,
women's
had a horrible day at work. So you still trying to have sex or no? That's true.
But that's only one part. That's not the full part of passion. Speaking, that's very limited in your view, sir.
I'm talking about one aspect of passion.
Exactly. So can I get some more? Okay.
Yeah. What other aspect would you like to address? So you want some more outside of the sexual aspect, of course.
When y'all both winning, here's one aspect of passion. If you're in a relationship and y'all both winning, and y'all both pushing each other forward, that's super sexy. If one person is winning in the relationship and the other person ain't living, and they just sitting there in the shadows somewhere, and they haven't even gotten in touch with what they're passionate about, what ignites them, and bringing it into a collective, into the relationship, you're not gonna have a lot in that relationship, because the one day when that person does get sparked, if they do choose to get sparked or not, either the person who has been used to this person how they were is gonna not know how to deal with them, or the next thing that is gonna happen is the person who is keep moving forward is going to get bored with the person who is not
stagnant.
Yeah. So y'all both got to be pushing one another. The whole, what is this saying? 2 are better than 1.
Yes.
Yeah, but that means 2 got to be present. You got to be fully present in your relationship. You can't just be one person being present and not. And it's not just about the money you make. I'm talking about fully present in the relationship. Period.
Yeah, and you gotta be about your grind. As an individual, first and foremost. You were a man or woman before you met your significant other. And so at the end of the day, you still have an individualness about yourself. If I can use that term. And no, not individualness. You are an individual.
You're 2 individuals. The relationship is of 2 individuals.
I'm making words.
No, I'm not rubbing off on you.
That's not me normally. I actually stick with the dictionary, the stuff that's actually in there.
You do what you want
to do. You as an individual have a certain level of passion for whatever your dream is. And it's your job that you're supposed to ignite that passion continuously. You're not supposed to sit and be like, oh, I want to be a great architect, and you don't study no great architects. You don't learn anything about architecture. You don't go to school. You don't take classes. You don't start drawing. At the end of the day, if you want to be something, you got to start being symbolizing what that thing is, and work towards becoming a master of that, or mastering whatever the craft is that you have. Definitely. It ain't no different in a relationship. Like, at the end of the day, if y'all both are individuals and y'all both want to master this thing called relationship, then you both have to put in the effort. You got to put in the work. The highs, the lows, they come, but y'all got to be committed to each other to make it through and weather those storms. And we done had plenty of storms that wasn't necessarily fun to endure, but we've made it through them, and we still continue to deal with different challenges.
Yeah. You have to do what you were doing before you got in the relationship. For some reason, people just like their battery, like on the phone.
Leave the lotion alone.
When their battery just dies out.
Leave the batteries alone.
Leave the lotion, batteries alone.
Leave the lotion and batteries alone. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to lose yourself just because you're part of a relationship. So in talking about some of these things, one of the things that we ended up doing, actually, we ended up taking a lot of the things that we've been implementing in our relationship to grow it, and we came up with this thing. It's basically called the couples action plan. So like most people, and I'll tell you guys about it when it comes out, but which will be soon. But basically what the couples action plan is, most people take, everybody's doing vision boards around this time of year. They're trying to get their whole life, and it's great. If you're putting action plans on your vision board, if you're just making a cute vision board, I'm not for that. But if you're putting some action plans, if you're putting action
Science
plans
fair poster
on your vision board, and you have some details of how you're going to complete those actions, that's strategy.
Not just details, steps.
Yeah, steps or whatever. Well, I call it the details. But the point is, that's called strategizing. And I'm all for that. Just like you would do that with your business, with anything in your life, you need to do that for your relationship. Because how many times do you see people going on their individual things and they have not even thought about, like, as a collective, what are we doing? Like, what's our action plan? What kind of couple are we envisioning ourselves, to be at? Not just I achieve my thing and you achieve your thing. What are we doing as a couple? That is very important. Yeah. So definitely we'll let you guys know about that.
There's another part of it too, because the relationship, if you have children, the relationship also doesn't extend directly to your kids. You got to build a relationship with your kids like a legacy.
Right.
So you got to be strategic.
But it goes before your kids, because they're going to leave one day and they're going to be out the house and you're going to be stuck here looking at each other.
But what I'm saying is it's all practice. It's different levels as far as what people need from you at the particular time. And your kids' relationship is very different for those first earlier years. You're talking about, up to age 5, for all intents and purposes, they're almost fully relying on you. Mm-hmm. The nature of that relationship changes as they go from 5 to 10, and from 10 to 15.
We only can speak up to 9 because ours is at.
Yeah, we just under 10. So
so that's what we're gonna leave it at.
We'll leave it. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We hit the puberty side.
We can't talk about that yet. We've seen it, but I'm a firm believer. Like, don't be talking about stuff that you don't know about, because once you get into it, it's a whole different story. So I'm learning from other people who are dealing with their tweens and teens, because we're about to have a tween. Can you believe that? Yeah, we're about to have a tween.
I done already lost 90% of my hair behind this girl.
We don't want to talk about your hair.
Factual. 90% of my hair behind this girl. I don't worry. I never really have worried. But with a daughter, I will tell you, every single one of those articles that come out about, missing girl, or, the Amber Alerts, any of that stuff, I'm up. My antennas be ting, ting, ting all over the place. So with her.
Sir, with all of that, with all of those things,
get the strap.
How are you?
What's the question?
About the passion and igniting in the relationship.
Yeah, well,
because you don't want to
get to the point.
You don't want to turn into your kid.
No, not that. But what I'm saying is, in the relationship within the child, the aspect of it and the reliance on it changes, but you still have to have that same level of focus to help them build and strategize towards achieving their dream. Mm-hmm. So with the child, it's a practical example of somebody that you're nurturing from basically when they come out, where they're the smallest physical size that they can be up until when they reach whatever their biggest size is. In a relationship with you and your significant other, it's a similar aspect, but it's in different things. It's not just, oh, you got one child and it's only made up of a body. You got, you have spiritual, you have mental, you have the dream stuff that she was talking about, which is your personal goals and or corporate goals. Physical. And then most importantly, well, you have physical goals too, but then most importantly, there has to deal with an aspect of you two coming together. It's not just, oh, this person is all 5 of these fingers and I'm these 5 fingers over here. There's an aspect when everybody's coming together. And so in a relationship with your significant other, if you don't strategize, plan, and make specific, put each other in the way. So it's not like, oh, I can just, pass by my spouse at the end of the night.
Sorry, I like that. Put each other in the way, not out the way.
Don't do that, because you make time for everybody else at work. You make time for your boss, for your customers, whatever you do. Your coworkers,
coaching, whatever.
But at the end of the day, your spouse, the one that actually, if y'all signed a paperwork, y'all have a contract together.
Right.
That's the truth.
Yeah. You basically, your relationship is not in competition with everything else.
No.
Your relationship enhances everything else. The fact that y'all working together, because 2 is better than 1.
But
and I don't think people have really tapped into that.
No, it's not just that too, because with women specifically, you guys, like, as they likes to put it, you guys are the crock pot. So when a woman's day,
I gotta be a crock pot. I can't be a pot.
No, you can't be an air fryer either. No,
air fryer is the bomb. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
It's the bomb.
It's the bomb. I love the air fryer.
Like I said, with y'all crock pot status. So all of the stuff that happens from the course of the day, if you don't know how to communicate through those challenges and work through them, then you're the other side of that, the end of that day, whether you guys are intimate physically or not, that person is left unsettled because they have all of this stuff that they want to talk about, and 9 times out of 10, most guys want to go to sleep after. It's oxytocin is a little different for us versus y'all. I'm
gonna give a different example. This is the way someone told me. Women have one. I'm exaggerating, but women have like 1 million words, and men may have like
daily
100 words. So they'll probably use most of those at their job, and by the time they get home, and you're like, "Hey, babe, how was your day?" And he's like, "Good," and you like, "I want more," and that's because you got more words left. That was the best example, right?
Way more words.
To be
way more words. And
we're more detailed. Like, give me more. Like, good, how, what happened. They're like, I've already used 89 of my words today, so I only got a couple more left. Because their brain, they actually, what we learned in this, we went to one couple's retreat, right? And the couple counselor was talking about how men actually have a box called nothing. Like, where there's nothing, like when you go, babe, what you thinking about? And they're like, nothing. That it's really a box that they have. We don't, but they have that.
And the man cave, for all intents and purposes, is a physical area that's dedicated to individuality, but is full of nothing. Hi, son. How are you? No, you're supposed to be going to bed.
We have a little interrupter.
I shall be back.
All right. He shall be back. But meanwhile, while he's being back, so men are different. They actually have this nothing box, and they actually move from box to box at a time, whereas women tend to go through each different box, like boom, like spaghetti. That's the way she just described it. Yeah, they have several boxes, so they move from box 1 to box 2, and the man's like, "Wait a minute, I was on box 1, and I don't know." So the point of me saying all of that is, one of the things, if you're going to have passion in your relationship and ignite your relationship, is that you got to learn to communicate correctly, and understanding that as a woman, you might be moving from box 1 through 7
fluidly,
and he's not there because he may be just on box 2
fluidly.
And so to get what each other needs, to have that thing ignited and passionized. That's not the word, passionized.
See what I mean? Daily.
You got to know where each other is, okay? It's like a GPS. You got to locate. You're here, and I'm here, and how we going to get here together. That's what I'm going to say.
And back to my man cave example. The man cave is a physical location that is full of nothingness. That is where we go, if we have it. We go to just not do everything else.
That's because we're moms, and some of us who are moms out there, we don't have the privilege of a nothingness box.
Considering you have,
we don't even want
a studio for you. You're a studio.
We have nothing. We have nothing moments. Y'all have nothing box.
That's because our box is mobile.
Trust me, I'm taking a moment where I'm taking moments constantly where I'm not going to do anything and just whatever.
You'll be surprised.
Twiddle my hair, whatever I need to do for me in that moment. Whatever I need to do.
You'll be surprised.
Can't go to the spa right now, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
pandemic.
The spa's not really made for you not to have nothingness. The spa is made for you. I
had a lot of nothingness when I went to the spa. I felt like,
No, the spa. Whole purpose of the spa was to allow you to go out to enjoy being pampered and taken care of, without the concern of having anybody bother you for whatever that time period is. So, for all intents and purposes, it was the nothing box.
It was my nothing box.
But you had people there that were catering to your needs.
You can do that tonight, though. But go ahead.
Okay. So when you spend time with each other and you're working on building a relationship from any aspect of that, like we're talking about the four things, when you look at that and you're intentionally investing in each other, you have to do it in a fashion that makes each other feel that you are a priority. And that at the end of the day, there is always going to be designated time that you're not going to get shortchanged. 99% of the time, we're tired at the end of the day. It is what it is.
Who's tired?
Everybody.
Speaking
in general. Everybody has basically expended all their energy, unless you took a nap earlier. During the course of the day.
Well, I'm going to talk about this last thing before we go.
What it is?
Because this happens to everybody. Everybody has their time of the month. And maybe you can answer this one. Or maybe y'all can answer this one. How do we ignite the passion when we have the parachutes on?
There's nothing passionate about parachute panties. And for those who don't know what those are,
those are the period panties to me.
As the grandmothers
I feel very passionate in them.
Bloomers. I call them parachute panties. Them Johns that if you jumped off the second floor, you know what I mean, you can float down.
I feel safe in them.
Yeah, you should, because they cover everything. They cover areas that I don't know who came up with the idea that it's okay to cover up the lower back with drawers.
Lower back?
The lower back. Them drawers cover all the way up to your lower back.
They probably just too big, and I'm probably just holding on to the mugs. I don't think other women's drawers doing that. Well, it might be some out there. Yeah, it's okay.
Well, if the woman is wearing an external device to capture her flow, then the drawers are going to be a little bit bigger, because when y'all in your heavy period, y'all got heavy flow stuff. So
they got heavy flow stuff.
And then as things,
but y'all be real passionate during them times when we be having them flow stuff.
We don't be real passionate during them times.
Y'all be real passionate.
No, we the same way we are regularly. It's no different. It's just
it's a little heightened. It's a little heightened.
No, it ain't. Not on my watch.
Yes, it is. I've been taking notes.
Listen,
for a long time. I got a whole notepad.
I think that notepad is skewed by the influence of your.
I don't think it's skewed. I think it's on point. So anyway.
And then there's
maybe y'all can give some answers in there. Leave some.
Yeah. There's some. It looks like there's some ladies on here too. Some men's. Hey, listen. So when your significant other's on the period, are you more attracted to them or less attracted to them?
They more attracted to them when they're in their cycle, I'm gonna call it, and when they're pregnant.
Well, pregnancy is definitely turned on, but the period is
the
off.
hormones is up on it too.
The period is off though. There's no you free in Israel. You can Rambo the club every day if you wanted to, all the way through. Shoot it all the way up. Let it go.
All right, too much. Anyway,
let it go.
All right, so we're gonna end on that.
No contraceptive, no rubber, no latex.
Oh,
You're
Lord.
good.
He's too much. So we're ending on that point. Listen, don't forget, if you have not subscribed, go check us out. You can go to Life with the Sloans, which is on YouTube, and subscribe. We have tons of content that's there. And let us know what you would like to see, what kind of content you would like to see. And also don't forget, mark your calendars, and don't forget to go visit Shoni Talks Lifestyle so you can secure your spot for the couples therapy event.
Yep.
See ya.
Hold on,
we're right here. No, we're out here. All right. See ya.
Kicking me off the screen.